That was a neat experience that we wouldn't have had before, and it's totally out of the blue. And we got to be one of 10 couples to dance before the Dancing with the Stars.
I'm always trying to look for new climbs and just climb something that nobody else has. Kind of be like the pioneer.
Get your skis on.
I'm very happy to be able to do what I'm doing. I'm 80 years old and I love to ski.
We're all professionals, we're parents, we have busy lives, we're fitting this in the sort of the periphery of our lives. We feel strongly about it, but we don't have a lot of time for it. I'd always been an athlete, but I'd never really played soccer. And I just found that I liked the people that were there, and I had an aptitude for it, and it was a lot of fun, so I just stuck with it. That was the day I turned 40. Well, when I'm not playing soccer, I am a lecturer, senior lecturer here in the Department of Telecommunications at Indiana University. The other half of my job is I'm director of national production development for the public television station here. And in that capacity, I work with producers to create programs that are going to air nationally. But this is very high pressure work that requires a lot of fundraising, a lot of preparation. That kind of pressure is real pressure, and soccer for me balances that in a way other things don't.
My dad got me into climbing. At first I was kind of like drug into it. I wasn't really into it, but then we kind of separated and I kind of fell in love with it.
I love the outdoors. Never had an opportunity to ski. Grew up in Philadelphia, and we never had the money to ski anywhere. Well, I started here 30 years ago with my skiing career, so-called. And Jim Baker hired me as an apprentice, and from then on I've been teaching, except when we were out of the country. And I just come back every year.
I'm a lawyer. I have a practice partnership here in town. I'm also a public defender, so I do a lot of criminal work.
And I work at Indiana University. I'm the Director of Admissions and Placement for the School of Library and Information Science.
So I'd grown up in Venezuela, so salsa was kind of intriguing to me. I grew up with that kind of music, so.
I was very shy when we first signed up. We were the couple that would stand in the corner and dance a little box square. Now we're pretty much unafraid to go out and dance anywhere. It is an investment in time and energy and money for yourself, but it's a real affirming thing.
Mentally and emotionally, it is a substantial difference from what I do. I'm in court a lot. I have a lot of hearings. I deal with serious issues, issues that are often very emotionally difficult for people. And then I go into a dance environment where you have to forget all that and listen to music and count the beats and move to music. And so it is an interesting process trying to switch from work mode to dance mode. And sometimes I'm not always that successful at doing that.
There's never a time in the game of soccer where what you're doing isn't important. There's never a time. So I find playing soccer to be kind of all-consuming. That for that period of time, I literally can't think about anything else. And I think that's what I find particularly useful about it.
It's built my confidence. I feel stronger. I wake up in the morning, I'm like, you know, I feel a lot better than I did before I started climbing.
I work at the gym, but I enjoy going outdoors and climbing in beautiful settings outside. Being in the mountains on exciting places that are very pretty and so on. That's probably the best. When I'm working indoors here at the gym, I probably enjoy setting more than climbing because I'm better at it. And I gradually have moved into the role of the sort of chief route setter at the gym as years have passed. It turns out I'm fairly good at route setting, even if I'm not that good at climbing. But I tried to make routes that mimic things that you might encounter outside, and also routes that make people think about the different movements required to do them. So there's always puzzles in the routes.
It would be nice to be able to get to the point where you get lost in it. I haven't reached that yet, and that's what we strive for, is to be able to go out and not worry about counting, not be self-conscious about am I on beat or am I not on beat, or worrying about where people are on the floor, but just getting lost in the music and moving to the music.
Keep your poles up.
Woo! I want to
Okay.
slide the other way.
Yeah, the reason you're crossing your skis is because your weight is back.
And it should be forward.
It should be forward. Do you ever play basketball?
A little, not
Okay.
much.
When you're making the basket, where's your body?
It's centered and then you spring up.
Forward, right?
Right.
Okay. That's where I want you to be.
Forward.
Forward.
That's right.
Remember, we have our ankles. And
When she told me that she'd started skiing late and that she's an instructor, I thought, well, you give me great hope that I can manage this, that I can accomplish the same thing. So it was a pleasure working with her.
Well, it's very satisfying to teach someone that is interested and learns, and really the big thing is desire. If you want to learn, you will. They come up and they rent equipment and hopefully they take a lesson when they come, so that they get the muscle memory of the correct way to do things on skis. If you're physically fit, it's a lot easier, and we teach them how to ski, how to fall down, how to get up, how to stay in control, how to turn, etc., etc.
start out in a wedge, Vanessa. Start in a wedge. Be sure and look up the hill. Make sure it's clear.
She's very patient. She has a lot of tips, a lot of ways to convey the information to you. So if you don't get it one way, she'll come up with something else. She was a marvelous instructor.
It's in that wedge.
It's in that wedge.
And this is how we're going to learn to turn, too.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So we got to get the wedge
Any
down.
questions?
What's difficult about playing the game is more what other people's expectations of you are given the position you're playing, more so than any specific rule, because to be honest, there aren't that many rules to soccer. It's pretty much run down the field and score is what it's for. So it's really my job to make sure that my teammate gets the ball when they can use it and in a place that they can use it in. And that's just fun.
I know how you're supposed to go up to another lady and ask her to dance and escort her back. I'm very comfortable in that, and so I think it develops manners. I think it develops posture, and so all those things are very important in your life, in business. I know in my business, when I have law clerks that come in that are self-assured, that are polite, and they can speak well, and that helps them. I look at them differently than someone who maybe isn't quite as skilled at that. So I think you can learn things that help you in your profession.
When I play, I typically have a personal goal every time I go out of something I'm going to try to do better, something I'm trying to do less badly. And it may be something as simple as just communicating with my teammates better. It may be that I know I'm going to play a position that I'm not particularly good at. I need to find the things that I can do to be better. So my achievements tend to be personal achievements, not really team achievements. I'm happy when my team wins. I'm happy when my team plays well. But the chances that it's because of me are pretty slim. It will be because of a combination of things. And the only way I can affect that is to just be better myself.